You want to wait for that to come on?
No.
We're good? Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'll be talking to you about the incident yesterday at the West End warehouse where our members responded. I'll see if I can answer some questions afterwards. As you know, we have a suspect in custody, and obviously I won't be able to talk a lot about the incident and probably won't be able to answer near as many questions as you'd like. But please understand we are in the charge process, and this matter will now be before the court shortly. Yesterday afternoon at 2:06 p.m., West Division members, patrol members, and Downtown Division patrol members responded to the West End warehouse at 161st Street, 121A Avenue. There was multiple reports and phone calls coming in about numerous persons being stabbed inside that warehouse. As you can imagine, when our members arrived there, it was complete chaos. There were people running around all over the place. There were numerous persons injured. And our information at that time was that the suspect had fled the area or left the scene. Once the persons were taken care of who were injured, suffering from multiple stab wounds, our members also learned that inside the warehouse, one person was found dead in an aisleway. This is a food storage warehouse where they deliver food to various stores in the Edmonton area. A second male had been taken outside the ambulance. However, upon getting him into the ambulance, he was declared dead at that time. 4 other males were taken from the warehouse area, and they were all transported to various Edmonton hospitals where they were treated. One was in very serious condition, suffering from multiple stab wounds, and he has since been stabilized and remains in hospital and is expected to survive his injuries. Immediately after dealing with the victims, the members obtained significant and helpful information from the various witnesses and employees of this business, and were able to easily identify the suspect, who is an employee of that business and had worked there for some time. So he is well known to the people inside, to not only the witnesses or the employees who watched either the incident in parts, or he was also known to the victims. We, from that information, and due to your assistance, and we thank you for that, got the information out to the public. We were very concerned. Obviously, public safety issues based on what we knew at that time about how this incident occurred, and we wanted that information out to the public. We had already broadcast to all the police members in Edmonton. We had actually gone on our CPIC system and gone Canada-wide and broadcast that information out to all RCMP detachments, other police forces, and Canadian Border Services in an attempt to locate the suspect. Within 3 hours, at approximately just after 5 p.m., passerby, a citizen, noticed the vehicle that had been broadcast in the news media and called police. Our members were able to converge on that area and make the arrest, which I see was also caught on the news. The individual was arrested without incident by our tactical team members, and since that time we have been dealing with him. I can tell you that he has been very calm, very polite, and he has been cooperative. I won't be able to go into details of what he has told us or what he has talked about. Right now, we have not laid charges. We will be laying charges this afternoon. We're still in that process. There's a lot of work to do where, obviously arrest reports have to be completed. We still have information to obtain from some of our victims who were injured. And as you can appreciate, there were a multitude of employees and witnesses that we interviewed. So this afternoon we will be laying 2 charges of first-degree murder against Jamie Pasica of Edmonton. He's 29 years old. He will also be charged with 1 count of attempted murder today and 2 counts of possession of offensive weapon. The possession of offensive weapon charges relate to the possession of 2 knives. Now, there will be further charges coming once we get our interviews done with our other victims, and we do expect charges to be laid either. It's possible they could be laid this afternoon. I currently have detectives heading to interview those people, so those charges could be laid this afternoon or later on during the week. Our 2 victims have been identified and their families have been notified. They are 50-year-old Fitzroy Harris, who died inside the warehouse, and 41-year-old Tierno Baugh, who was the individual who was taken out to the ambulance and subsequently pronounced dead. As can be expected, the families are devastated that their loved ones would go to work and then never come home. It is a devastating situation for everyone, including the families, the friends, the employees, the co-workers there. Management has just been outstanding to deal with at this business. They've been nothing but helpful and cooperative with us. We did complete over 60 interviews yesterday. We still have a multitude of interviews to do today. We are asking that any employees who may have left early or left during this incident, that if they did see part of the incident, to please contact us. They can call the complaint line at 423-4567. And just let us know. I mean, we will obviously be touching base with the rest of the staff during the week, next week. But we want to talk to anyone who may have seen the incident occurring inside the warehouse. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, I'll see if I can answer them for you. Yeah, motive is always a big thing. You know, unfortunately, we really don't know. It's just too early in the investigation to, you know, we have some ideas about what may have caused it, but we really can't, and I wouldn't really be able to talk a lot about it anyway, but honestly, we just don't know right now.
We know how long this has been described as rampage. We know how long it lasted from the time it began to the time we exited that building.
It was basically minutes. A couple minutes, I might say at the most. This warehouse is huge. I mean, you can see it from the outside how big it is. You can just imagine it on the inside. I was at the crime scene, and it covers a large area. I would probably estimate, you know, a 50 to 70 yard area where this whole rampage took place. There are various different aisles of food, and things happened in a whole pile of different aisles. It was very random and very sporadic, but didn't last that long.
Do you think that these 2 victims were targeted, or do you think came in as they were the first 2 people?
No, you know, too early to say or even speculate on that. That's something we hope to find out in the coming days, and we have a lot more interviews to do, and we have a lot of history to do, background checking to do on both our victims and on our suspect, obviously, and that's just going to take time, so I don't have that answer yet.
The knives that were used, how would you describe what were they like?
Again, too early to say. We haven't recovered everything. We have seized his vehicle, of course. We are going to obtain a search warrant to search that vehicle. We believe we will find the weapons inside that vehicle. However, I wouldn't even be able to speculate on that. Based on what witnesses are saying, they appeared to be quite large.
And so you don't actually have?
Not yet.
There's some confusion whether it's a vest or body armor.
Yes, and I'll clear that up for you. The initial indications were that body armor was used. It now appears to be a military-style vest, not per se a body armor or bullet-resistant vest. It's just a vest with a lot of pockets on it. It looks like a bullet-resistant vest or a bulletproof vest, but it's just basically a bulky vest with a lot of pockets on it. Normally you buy them in military-type stores, that type of thing. Yeah, no, 2 confirmed deceased. The other 4 in hospital are all expected. So, 2 of them were treated and released yesterday, and the one that's we are laying the attempted murder charge on is still in hospital, serious condition but stabilized, and they do expect him to survive. 1 attempted murder for now. There may be more, depending on the information we get once we're completed our interviews. Sorry? All men, yes. Right now we have his residence secured. We're obtaining a search warrant for his residence, and we expect that to be done today. No, I can't talk about anything like that.
What do you can say, you said that there's been 60 people that police have interviewed so far and more interviews to do. What are the challenges when you have such a large crime scene and so many potential witnesses?
Oh, it's a huge challenge. I mean, I got to credit the patrol members. You know, they arrive on these scenes in this mayhem. They were able to just, corral's probably a bad word, but they basically were able to hold on to all these witnesses. We had such great cooperation from the management team at the warehouse, and believe me, the employees themselves. Everybody knew we needed help, and they wanted to help. But they have a large room in that place upstairs that we were able to use, a big kind of a conference area, and it worked out perfectly for us. A lot of it depends, though, on the people, the witnesses and employees. If they want to stick around, they will. If they want to go home, they're going to go home. We can't really stop them. But we had nothing but cooperation. I think everybody understood right from the outset the seriousness of this, and they wanted to help. Through that help and everything they did, we were able to identify him quickly and ultimately arrest him quickly.
Do you believe he went directly where he was arrested, or did he stop on it?
No, we are aware of some locations he stopped at for various things, and we're following up on that, but I can't get into specifics.
Do you know if he left the warehouse on his own accord or was forced out?
Yeah, by all accounts, it looks like he left on his own. We don't think that there was anybody. At this time, we have no information to suggest he had any assistance or any help from anyone else. We believe he acted alone, but again, we'll flush that out in the coming days.
Do you know how long he worked there? You said some time.
Yeah, and that's personal information, but he had worked there for a little while. Pardon me? I can't hear you. Oh, what he did? Just one of the warehouse workers. It's most of the employees in that we talk to collect orders, grocery orders, and they load into trucks. Same type of that labor-intensive work.
You know where the knives came from? Were they something that he brought? I understand he was on shift, so did he bring those in with him along with the jacket, or was that something that happened later?
Yeah, I can't get into that. I do know the answer to that, but I can't get into that.
Did anyone on the inside try to prevent this from happening, try to fight back, do anything to try to stop him?
I can't get into that. Sorry. There was a dynamic situation. There was really a lot going on, and we're still flushing all that out.
What's the status of the scene now? Is it still closed and forensic?
Yes, the scene is still under our ident forensic team is still there. They will be there. We hope to have it reopened by later tonight. We understand this business needs to get back into operation, and they've been really good. They understand we have a huge crime scene to deal with. Our forensic team will be back there all afternoon and hopefully have it done by the early evening today. Yeah, basically we had patrol off. We had a lot of detectives from various divisions coming out to help us too. We had the West Division detectives out. We had the homicide team. Fortunately, I guess if there is any fortunate for us, it happened on the afternoon, so we had a full office staff here. So we were able to send our whole office staff out from our homicide section to deal with the witnesses and that. We just had a lot of cooperation there, so they were really easy to deal with. No issues there at all. Obviously, we identified our witnesses who were very important. We call them our eyewitnesses who saw a lot, and we brought them down for more extensive interviews. But a lot of the interviews were simply written out, and we'll follow up on that information.
Can you spell the names of the deceased for us?
Yes, the deceased 50-year-old Fitzroy Harris. His last name is spelled H-A-R-R-I-S. Fitzroy is F-I-T-Z-R-O-Y. And 41-year-old Tierno Bah. It's T-H-I-E-R-N-O-B-A-H. And my understanding is Noreen will be sending you out a paper release here after we're done. So you'll have all those names on there.
Detail a little bit about what happened to get him captured, like how that citizen saw him.
Yeah, basically it came down to the extensive media coverage, and the passerby noticed the vehicle based on the information we had provided and you guys had put out there. One of the things was the description of the vehicle obviously stood out, and the fact that the muffler was low and dragging. And that citizen noticed that vehicle and called us, and once we had a look at it, they confirmed it, and they confirmed the license plate. So.
The report in the paper, did they stay there?
We have had no issues with him since his arrest. Like I said, he's been very calm and polite and cooperating.
Sorry, I meant the citizen. He watched you